Welcome back to Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf.
Yes.
And on this break, usually we'll go to the big issues that's going on. So one of them,
biggest right now.
Yes, one of them is about the political reform that the Prime Minister has called for all sides to join in together for the political reform, just for the better of the country. On Friday at about 8 p.m., I believe it's a TV pool too.
Okay.
Somehow I missed it, but it was in the news. So yes, you can go back and check. The Prime Minister came out and asking all sides, because this is since before the rally that a lot of people was anticipated might be some kind of violence going on, and like we report before that the government kind of get jittery, so they came out with ISA and stuff. So the Prime Minister just went public on Friday night and suggest that we should have some political reform committee. There is no official name yet, but this is
there's a lot of invitation flying around.
Yes,
let's just put it that way.
Talking about invitation, the Deputy Prime Minister Pongthep Thepkanchana said that right now it's during the process of inviting all the people that they think should join in the committee. So this will include lots of former minister and prime minister, and also the leader of all political party. So they already sent out the invitation to Somchai Wongsavat, the former Prime Minister, Mr. Phokin Palakul, Wan Muhammad Normatha, Pichai Rattakul, the former House Speaker, and also the former Democrats Party leader. And but we're not sure whether Democrat gonna join, because Democrat has come out and said that if the political reform is going to happen, this committee is going to happen, they want the government to show the sincerity by pull out this amnesty bill deliberation off the table first. Otherwise, they wouldn't join.
Okay.
Anyway, but lots of people has already come out and say yes to the public, regardless of whether they got invitation yet, such as General Sujinda Krapayun, one of the former prime ministers. He said he hasn't get any invitation yet, but he wants to see the country in peace and happiness.
Right.
So he would join if he get the
invitation.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But I believe he
so
was
that's
one
like
of the
asking
people
for the invitation.
I don't know. I'm not sure he's the one initiated the talk about this, or the journalist actually asked him whether he get any invitation.
Okay.
So, anyway.
Give him a benefit of a doubt there.
And also Nikom Wairachaphanit, the House Speaker, said that if the government representative want to invite the senator to join in this, he think he would volunteer himself to be the mediator between the senators and the government party. But interestingly, Chai Chit-chop, the member of parliament from Phum Chai Thai party, he also a former House Speaker. He said he probably not going to join because he's not quite well. He's having health problem, and he said Thailand already has Sayam Thevathirat protecting the country. Sayam Thevathirat is one of the god, the Buddhist god. No, actually, Buddhist doesn't have god. One of the revered thing that Thai people believe that that Thai people believe is protecting the country. But that is such a strange reason for not joining, in my personal opinion.
Well, at this point.
But I do understand when he said he is too sick, because, when he was performing as a House Speaker, there will be some day that he have to excuse himself too. So I understand him in that sense. Dr. Tun Sithi Somwong, though, the leader of Multicolor Shirt, actually, he said he hasn't get invitation yet. He actually one of the key people in the political movement in Thailand, though. He said that the government it's not sincere, because if they're sincere, they wouldn't just trying to have this political reform committee now. They would do it before they start
I have heard about that
putting
too.
the amnesty bill into the deliberation. So as like Democrats said that he is asking the government to actually pull the amnesty bill out of the table first. And actually, one of Pheu Thai party member of parliament has come out and suggest that Mr. Varathep should do that and make it some kind of act, like amnesty act, instead of make it a bill. I don't know, is that effect going to be different, or maybe the act is getting easier to pass, or I have no idea why they, what.
Yeah, apparently I believe that maybe Kun Chen could give us a little bit more detail. She was mentioning this before we coming in. Before we coming into the show, talking about the differences between the two. Now, you know, I think at this point, it's just more complicated.
I have so many information, but anyway, I guess we have to move on to the next one, or can I have another couple minutes?
Yeah, a couple of minutes, that's it. Then it's my turn.
Anyway, the person that actually submit this issue into the House deliberation, Mr. Warachai Hema Samut-Prakan, member of parliament of Pheu Thai party, insists that he will not pull this off the House deliberation.
Okay.
So this still on the table. The Pheu Thai party will have another meeting today, and they will make sure that it will get on the table on the 7th of August, which is like this Wednesday.
Yeah.
And they will try to make sure it get done as soon as possible. And a lot of polling research has come out and
it's
have
a great time
all
for
this not a positive result for the government, especially this amnesty bill that come out and said it's the issues that produce the highest risk for the stability of the government.
Which makes sense. I mean, you don't even need a poll for that. I can tell you that.
But this is from 2000 something of people. And currently from the Bangkok poll, government having the lowest, what's it called?
Satisfactory
rate of all time since this government have been working for 2 years, the lowest one, from 1,419 people all over the country. So that's something, I don't know if anyone would take into consideration, but that kind of show that people do follow up on this stuff.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Now, moving on to what we're facing right now, like we have mentioned to you, there has been an ISA announcement, and of course it's already been in place. Yesterday, if you go around different area, like 12 roads altogether that has been closed down, you will see visibly that there were guards guarding the area, the policemen. I was driven past a few places where I've seen a few pictures. I tried to take a picture, but I couldn't because I was driving. So
you shouldn't.
Yeah,
you shouldn't
exactly.
play with your phone when you drive.
No, I did not. I didn't even pick it up, but I was just like, waiting for the red light or something. But then, when you wait for the red light and...
It never happened.
Exactly. And when you want the green, it's never happened either.
True.
Now, moving on. Having said that, there has been a lot of people in the city already. I mean, if you haven't heard, there were quite a few thousand people. We're not talking about a few hundreds. Now, of course, at this point, a lot of preparation has been in place. Police has been there. The soldiers been there. However, they say that at this point, there aren't any negotiation yet with the leaders of the mobs itself. However, due to the fact that there's not really any violence just yet, and as you can see, this is in around the Lumpini Park area, or
that's like
in front
early
of
afternoon.
King Rama VI statue. Yes, and they say that at this point there has been a lot of people, and they were expecting more from the 6th to the 7th to join them. Now, of course, as you can see, they are actually quite organized, and they have been a report of a few white mask.
A lot of people.
Yeah, white mask, people with the white mask joining as well.
I think
and the stage were set up.
Yeah, the white mask, this group called themselves V for Friend. Not V for Thailand, V for Friend.
Right, because at this point there has been quite a bit of a talk between, whether or not the white mask would join, and they say they wouldn't join, but then white mask didn't have really a clear leader. So we're not even sure which branch of white mask, or do they just like come up with a mask. Now these are the core leaders at this point. They have said that 7 of them altogether, and mind you, interestingly enough, a few were from the Navy, a few, one of them from the Air Force, and one is from the Army. Oh, 2 is from the Army, and one person is civilians, which is Thaigon Pon Suwan. Now, there has been a lot of talks in terms of, you know, anti-governments and such. So they have been going on a stage talking about what they did not like about this particular government, and they even dated back to the government previously, starting from Kun Thaksin all the way to Kun Samak Suntharawet, all the way to Kun Somchai Sukhsawat, saying that, you know, these are just change of faces, but not the power behind it. So technically, they're not really happy about this whole thing. And interestingly enough, at this point, the Farmer Association has came out and talked about this as well, saying that they have been asking the government to do something about the whole rice pledging scheme because they're not very happy with it. And there was, I would not call it too much of a threat, but the association came up and mentioned that if anything were not done about this, they might join this particular rally as well.
I believe the Interior Ministry said that they have sent message through the district chief and the village head to talk to the local people to make more understanding about whatever the government is doing and not coming in to join the protest.
And of course, having mentioned that, just one more thing, there has been a talk about a checkpoint that prevent a few people from Ayutthaya as well as Saraburi, Nakhon Sawan to coming into Bangkok to join this particular rally. So they were quite upset, and there was a talk about the burnt down of the speaker systems and such that's supposed to make its way to the rally and did not make it. So, and they say that no policemen were there to actually help them investigate the case. So they were asking for fairness as well, being fair to them. So I'm not sure, is it because the police were all
because a lot of them has been deployed around the ISA area.
So, you know. All right, let's take a short break.
Before taking a short break, if you would wonder why the rally able to happen, is actually outside the ISA area. Lumpini Park is not under the ISA jurisdiction.
Right. So let's go for a short break, but then Kun Shane will talk about the anti-government rallies and how, you know, why
lots
did
of
it
details
happen.
And information along the line.
So please stay tuned.